Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 50. I really can't believe we've been doing this series for 50 episodes, and we still have a long ways to go, not just for finishing the series, of course, but even just to get off this planet. We're still in the very early stages of Vulcanus, but I think I am figuring out how this planet works and the mechanics of it. Last time we got some foundries up and running for just the molten products, as well as smelting of iron plate, concrete as well. I still need to get copper plate up and running, as well as the foundries for using iron gear wheels, steel. Looks like we can also do copper cable, even iron sticks and stuff through the foundries too. I'm not sure if we'll need those products on their own lines or not, but apparently the recipes are in there, so it might be important for later use. So we'll figure that out a little bit later. But my plans for the foundries today is actually to move them. And the reason for that is because I want to start working on that main bus that I was talking about at the end of last episode. And I do have 4 lanes just empty, ready to go for products to go on. I, of course, want to expand on this to at least 12 lanes. So I think we can do that real quick. And I want at least 4 tiles in between each section. And I think, yep, that's 4. So we're going to put the essentials on here, of course. Iron plate, iron gear wheels, copper, steel, stuff like that. So I think those will start here at the top. I'm not sure how many lanes of each product that we'll need, so that's why I'm leaving enough tiles in between the lanes so that I can add more as I need to. But the reason why I want to move our newly placed foundries is because I think it's going to be a lot easier to move our outputs of the products. Basically, if we have the foundries just nearby the bus instead of having to wiggle it around my factories and stuff like that. Plus, I think it will look a little bit cleaner anyway. So that is the plan. I think we can move it pretty quick though, since we now have more bot capability than we did at least an episode or 2 ago. So we're just going to copy this system because I think this factory works. We just have to move a couple inputs and things like that to get new lanes of brick coming in and so on. But we'll just put it over here somewhere, keeping in mind I want to give myself plenty of room to expand on it because I'm not sure I have the ratios correct. In fact, I'm probably incorrect with the ratios. I think there should be okay. You'll also notice that between episodes that bot mall did get finished. Some of the products are up and running that are basically only reliant on iron plate input, but some of these products are stalled because I don't even have iron gear wheels getting mass produced yet. So once we get that with the foundry output as well, we'll see this working more often. Also, steam engines are supplying a lot of power now. I've really expanded on this, so no problems with power at the moment. So we are making a decent amount of progress, and I was even smart enough to now build the foundries in a foundry, because I realized that there's a base productivity of 50% for products built in this. So I've got that going for me. The problem is we just don't have enough foundries getting produced because I don't have enough green circuits, and I don't have enough green circuits because I don't have enough iron. So how come I don't have enough iron? Looks like part of the problem is we're not getting enough molten iron, and I'm assuming that's because we're getting a clog of this stone here. So how can we unclog the stone? Well, I think we need to use more of it. So let me request some more concrete. We'll request 500, and we'll use it how the devs originally intended it, which is going to be for flooring. And we'll just kind of put this throughout the base for now, have the bots fill it in for me, and then that will unclog the stone because the stone, of course, goes into stone brick, which goes into concrete. And then, therefore, more iron plate. Hopefully that makes sense. I could start to dismantle the foundries as well. In fact, maybe I should do that. We will dismantle half of these. And then I know that's going into copper. Let's do dismantling like 3/5 of that. And same with that. So now those foundries can get repurposed where we are planning to move them. which I think we'll just have the calcite input from left to right at the top here. So let's move this over like that. And then let's just do a separate line of the calcite, and we'll just change the direction of the belt output like this. Perfect. Problem is I am out of red belt. Do I have any on the platform that I can send down? I did send my platform back to Navis to resupply. Let's see if it made its way back to me yet, which it did. So we're going to borrow a lot of these inserters. Ooh, plastic. Oh, I'll feel rich for a little bit. And more bots even. And more pipe, please. Okay, let's pick up the shipments coming in. Let's place down even more concrete. And bots are flying now. Thank you for the shipment. Now we can change the direction of these belts for the calcite to just go down. We can get rid of these bottom ones, since we'll just split the calcite to go here, like this. And like that. Okay, now we need the molten lava, or as I like to call it, the magma.
Liquid hot magma.
So let's just bring this through, I guess, around the bot mall, and then we'll hook it up into the pool of lava over there. I'm just going to go straight through the calcite farm over here, and then let's make a little pump. If I can remember where to build it. Ah, yes, here. There we go. We now have magma.
Magma.
All right, calcite coming in. Let's change the direction there, since it looks like I didn't do that earlier. And this is now working. So we're getting little bits of the molten iron and molten copper. This is now working for the iron plate output. Let's change the direction here too, and now we can have it start going into our main bus. Let's just copy this now. In fact, I don't know if we need all of the belts up till this point. So let's delete these and repurpose them so that the main bus technically starts here-ish. So now it will continue along. And then let's not forget, place down more concrete. Now let's move the outputs for the stone. I think we'll put stone on its own line, or we might share it with stone brick. I'm not sure if we'll need concrete on its own line. But either way, we'll move it downwards, because this is going to clog if we don't have the stone going into anything. In fact, it already kind of is clogged. But let's move this way. Actually, move that like that. Okay, now it can come down like this. And then we'll have stone go into that, like that. Now we can join up the stone into the stone brick smelters, and then we'll cut off the stone over here eventually as well. There we go. And then let's place down another RoboPort. Do I have those on the platform too? I do. We'll grab 10 of them. So RoboPort will place right there. Next thing we'll do, let's fix up the stone brick line to go back into feeding the concrete foundries up here. Stone brick comes into this belt line, so we'll have it change the direction. We'll have it go up instead of down, like this. In fact, not sure why that was underground. Change that, and stop there. Now we can split off the stone brick line from here and have it go up instead. Get rid of that tree. Oh, that tree is causing everything to go on fire. That's a new feature. Okay, so we now have all of the inputs fixed apart from the water, which we'll just bring from down below where we already have the pipes for it. Ooh, I'm so much faster. This is so nice. That's water fixed. And then we can fix the output for the concrete. Ooh, unclaimed items. That's a cool thing. Oh, okay. I'll have to go down there and get it. We'll just change the direction for the concrete output to go this way, and then we'll still have it going into a passive provider box, since I'm not sure if I want this on its own line or not. But we'll do box right there. Add in another RoboPort. That's the thing in the unclaimed thing. Power there. Let's hook it in like that. And then RoboPort. Let's have it go here. And then I won't put a cap on this for now, because if we end up with an excess of concrete, we'll just use it to put on the floor, basically. In fact, we'll do more of that even. So now we can start doing something new, which I think I should focus on getting iron gear wheels on their own foundry line now, since iron gear wheels will need to go into belts, and I will definitely need more of that. But we can also use foundries to go into some steel production too. So we'll do a little bit of both. And let's not forget, we'll also need copper. I have the molten copper, but not the actual foundries producing the copper plate yet. So let me just copy this setup, which I think this works for most of the materials with a little build like this. We'll put this here. We will change this to be gear wheels. Change all of the recipes here. Does it just take molten iron? Yes. Copy the same thing. Make it instead... I just want to leave a little bit of walking room. Let's change this into now steel. Like that. And then we'll do one for copper over there. Let's change up the copper plate recipe. And I'm just looking. We're slowly encroaching on the hazard territory, or I'm assuming that's kind of like a hazard territory. So maybe we'll want to move this yet again and put it like down here, for example, just so we have more room to play here for factories and stuff. In fact, I might as well just do it right now. We'll just copy that, and we can have it go here, I guess. Actually, let's fix that like that. And then we will move these outputs for the iron and stone. Okay. Let me do that real quick where I change the outputs for the bus. I'll go pick up those RoboPorts. There we go. And I'm already out of belt again. Should I do another couple hundred requests? Yes. We'll pick those up too while I'm nearby. I think now we might be safe to demolish a couple more of these foundries and repurpose them. So we'll just basically leave one of each for now until we get everything fully up and running. Here's our next shipment. Do I have anything else? Nope, that's it. Now that we will have potential for iron gear wheels, those can go into more production in our bot mall. So we'll have that go down. And then iron gear wheels we definitely want in its own line. So let's do this for the iron plate. And then we'll actually split the iron gear wheels to go on this line here. I'm also going to have iron gear wheels go onto their own little passive provider box for the bots. We'll put that there, and we'll cap that off at 4 for now. What is the holdup on iron gear wheels? We basically just have to hook it into the molten iron, it looks like. Okay, there's one set of pipes. We'll connect it in also over here, and there's the other. Okay, so there's iron gear wheels now coming in, which is fantastic. Now we can hook in the steel foundries to the iron over here too, the molten iron. We will have it, I think, just come down from here. like that. Let's hook this into power as well. Cool, so we now have steel. Steel we will hook into this line below the iron gear wheels. And it turns out I had this box on the wrong section. There we go. Okay, so steel can get split to go in either direction too. So there's that direction. Oops. There we go. So it will go like this. And then we'll also split the iron to go this way too. In fact, let's do a passive provider box for all of these products, like that. Copy all of the caps on those. Cool. So we've got the essentials, apart from the only thing we're missing is copper plate, which we can borrow the molten copper from this tank now. There we go. We'll hook this into the belts as well. Copper we'll have on this very bottom line, I think. We'll also have it go in the other direction to feed into the bot maul. This needs to go like that. And there we go. Give it power. And we now have the essentials on the main bus. So that's great. And we can also see the bot maul is continuing to work more now that we've got some input of products coming in. The iron plate, of course, gear wheels, steel, copper. So that's fantastic. And I think that's actually exactly where we're going to end today's episode. We'll wait for the foundries to get finished building, and hopefully by next time we'll be able to use the products on our main bus to start working on production of green circuits, red circuits, and working more towards that big mining drill. So hope to see you then.